Namaste, friends. Jai Hind. Welcome to Bharat Leads. Today, let's do an experiment. For the next 5 minutes, please think aloud. Let everyone hear what you are thinking. Let me tell you what you might realize. One thing that you would notice is that you cannot stop thinking. The harder you try to stop thinking, the more difficult it becomes. And mostly, a thought is never complete. Often you just think like half a sentence and you leave it there before you jump onto another thought. You keep jumping from one thought to the other. You will realize that you think of one thing and the next second you switch to something totally different, very randomly. And if you pay a little attention to your thoughts, you will also realize that there is nothing useful coming out of this incessant thinking. When someone else hears you talking like that, they will wonder what has gone wrong with you, why you are saying totally irrelevant and unrelated sentences for no use. They might take you to a psychiatrist to see what is wrong with you. But why have they not taken you there already? Because no one else heard the incessant chatter going in your head. Why? Because they are also in the same boat. Do you see the problem? Sadhguru has a very apt term for it. He calls it mental diarrhea. So, what is wrong with the thoughts? Nothing. If the thoughts are for a purpose, like you are designing something or creating something, you need to think. What is wrong is the incessant flow of thoughts, non stop, every moment. Even when you're asleep, the thoughts manifest as dreams. Your mind is never quiet. Your mind is not in your control. Because the mind is constantly working, the brain alone consumes almost 20% of the body's energy. When you think incessantly, an emotion like love or hate or fear can snowball into something uncontrollable. That is what we then call as stress and anxiety and whatnot. Sadhguru says that's when your own intelligence has turned against you. Now, because the mind is never quiet, you're not able to pay any attention to anything around you. You're not able to see the way the things are. Why? As soon as you see something, your mind puts a label on it. This is good, this is bad, I like this, I don't like this, this is that. Once you have put your own label on it, now you are seeing or experiencing that thing according to your label, not according to what it really is. Because everyone comes up with their own labels, one person may like a thing and the other person might totally hate it. This is what means that you are not seeing the world as it is. You are seeing it according to the information you have gathered. It is like you are seeing the world through the tainted glasses of your knowledge. So you never see what it really is. In very simple words, this is Maya. You are living in your own world of labels and entirely missing the reality. If your mind is quiet, it will not assign any labels. You will simply see or experience something the way it really is. So, how to quieten the mind? Don't think. Well, it is easier said than done. Actually, in the current state that most of us are in, it's not possible to stop the flow of thoughts. You can try as hard as you want. Our ancient sages had recognized this issue thousands of years ago. They knew that unless you become one with reality, you cannot attain liberation or moksha, which is the main goal of our Sanatana Dharma. So, to help the humanity, they devised methods. Shiva was the first one to propound the knowledge of yoga. That is why he is also referred to as Adi Yogi, which means the first yogi. By the way, yoga is not the same as yoga asana. Yoga means union. Yoga means you become one with the reality. To become one with the reality, one needs to know what reality is. To know what reality is, you need to first stop living in your own world of thoughts so that you can experience reality. Because the reality cannot be defined or expressed in words, you can only experience it by becoming one with it. Now, how to stop living in your own world of thoughts? By stopping the incessant flow of thoughts. How to stop the thoughts? You need to meditate. Now, to meditate, you need to sit still for long durations. Maybe we will talk some other time why we need to sit still. But for now, let's continue with our chain of logic. You can sit still only when your body is perfectly healthy, when there are no issues in the body. When there are no issues in the body, you tend to forget about the body completely, which would allow you to sit still. So, how to make the body perfectly healthy? This is where yoga asanas come in. But yoga asanas will not work without you having some kind of discipline, right? For example, you want to exercise, but if you do not have discipline, the exercising will go nowhere. So, how would you get the discipline? If you follow some rules about how you conduct yourself, you can generate some discipline in your life. Now, let me put what we talked about in terms of Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, which we will discuss in detail some other time. But here is the gist of his Ashtang Yoga, or the 8 limbs of yoga. The first 2 limbs describe the conduct that we just mentioned about. The conduct towards others is called yama. The conduct towards yourself is called niyama. With the first 2 limbs of yoga in place, you would be able to bring some discipline. Because of the discipline, now you would be able to practice the yoga asanas, which is the 3rd limb of the Ashtanga Yoga. Once you start becoming a little physically fit by practicing the yoga asanas, you can do pranayama effectively. Pranayama, the 4th limb of the Ashtanga Yoga, is managing the prana, the life energies. When the body comes under your control with asanas and pranayama, now you can withdraw your senses, turning your attention inward, detaching from the external distractions. This is called pratyahara. This is the 5th limb of the Ashtanga Yoga. Once your external distractions are brought under control, you can get into short spans of meditativeness. This is called dharana, the 6th limb. When dharana is maintained for longer durations, it is termed as dhyana, which is the 7th limb of the Ashtanga Yoga. And lastly, when dhyana becomes complete, it is called samadhi. It is the super conscious state, the ultimate goal, where the meditator merges with the object of meditation, transcending the individual self. This is the state of enlightenment. So look at it. Patanjali's Yoga Sutras give a complete step-by-step process on how to attain enlightenment. and millions of people have used them successfully for thousands of years. What can be more scientific than that? But this was a very brief and simplistic overview of Patanjali's Yoga Sutras. As I said, we will go deeper into the sutras sometime in the near future. The current situation and form that we are in are all because of our karma. The way we sit, walk, talk, think, all are a product of our past and current karma. Unless we take charge of the karma, we will not even think of taking charge of our thoughts. Our body would discourage us from exercising or practicing yoga asanas. So, what is the way out? This is where the yogis and the mystics like Sadhguru can initiate you into practices that can speed up the whole process. Without these practices and help, you would take many lifetimes to take charge of your karma. Since an enlightened guru has already gone through the path, they are the best to show us the way. So it is wise to seek their help. The initiation into practices by a guru is designed for you personally in many ways. This helps to bring your body in control. That helps to bring the mind in control. That helps to stop the incessant flow of thoughts. That helps to see the world the way it really is. And that is liberation or mukti from the cycle of birth and death. I sincerely beg pardon from my guru for the simplistic explanations and for the many mistakes that I might have made in explaining. Please like, share, and subscribe. Namaskar. Jai Hind.